Hello guys, how are you all? I hope you're doing okay. I'm going to walk you through making a jingle. I say jingle, I use the word lightly. More like an ID, I don't know all the terminology, but something you might drop in between tracks. I've got a few sound effects here. I'll play them. There you go. We're going to arrange those in a way, and we're going to do a bit of voiceover. I've got my voiceover track right here, and here are the processing I'm using. I've just got noise gate, an EQ, compressor, EQ, compressor, multipressor, an exciter, and a de-esser. And on the output, there is a limiter. I'm not going to go into all those, as I always say, because I've got videos up explaining my chain. If you do have questions on what's there, then drop me a message and I'll let you know. So I'm going to start by doing a bit of voiceover. I'm just going to drop in a few random words. Your number one hit music station. All of the music. 24 hours a day. Your favorite station. 3, 2, 1. Hit music. Hit station. Okay, so I've got a few things there to be working with. As you can see, they're all kind of quiet there, but once all the processing's on, they come out loud. So what I'm going to do is bounce those by holding Control and B. This is in Logic. We can just call that VO. We're going to chop them up anyway. We can get rid of that. So by bouncing it, what it's done is it's applied all of the effects to the region or the sample or the track, whatever you want to call it. Your number one hit music station. We can go ahead and turn the gain up on there if we need to, but we are going to clip all these up and probably put more processing on them anyway. Your number one hit music station. So now we need to get into chopping. So first of all, I'm going to chop these parts up. Your number. So a left click. And then we just split. Right click, split at playhead. Yeah, there you go, right down to split. And you have the different kind of splits. I always have the split at playhead. You can also, on Logic, you can hold down Command and this little plus comes up. You can highlight your section like this and then hit delete. You only need to chop them up roughly. You can always come and trim them properly afterwards. This just gives you a bit of an idea of what you've got going on there. So first of all, I'm going to select the sound that I like the most for the intro. I think we're going to go for that one. Then a piece of voiceover. Your number one hit music station. See, I clipped the end of that off. Music station. All of the music. So if you have clipped them wrong, you literally just wait. You hover the cursor over the end of the sample. When you get that little icon pop up, you just click and drag it. If you're at the top here, this will loop it. If you hold down Option, then the icon changes to this, and that will just stretch it. Your number one hit music station. I think we'll start with that. So we're going to put that over here. Your number one hit. Your number one. Getting the timing as the voiceover starts is quite important, so it doesn't sound like a pile of mess. But figuring out where that is can be a whole different matter. Your number one. So zooming always helps. The little toggle at the top right there is zooming. You're number one. You're number one. So I think here I'm going to split this. And I'm going to hold down Option and just shrink it a tiny little bit. You're number one. Hit. You're number one. That was a touch much. So Command Z, and then let's just do it one tiny bit. You're number one. You're number one. Right, we're going to take the word hit. We're going to split that right there. I see, that is the T right there. So that's just me being an absolute idiot. Hit. Hit. Right, now we're going to zoom in even more here. Hit. We're going to clip that off. And we're going to split this also. So by holding down Option and dragging, we'll actually copy and paste. Hit. You're number one. Hit. And then on these, they're a little bit rough. So what we do is come over to the inspector over here, click on more, you're going to see fade in. So we're going to fade that in by dragging it up 2, and then fade it out by dragging that up 2, and that gives a little fade in and out on each clip, and that will make it sound smoother. Hit. Now, on the last one, we're going to, again, over to the inspector window over here, and we're going to transpose that by 3. The next one we're going to transpose by 6. The next one we will transpose by 9. It doesn't matter what you do, but I find that in even quantities works nicely. And if you are going by doing it in 3s, it's a lot more effective than doing it in 1s. Hit. 1 hit. 1 hit. Music station. 1 hit. Music station. Again, that's got a bit of a click going on. So let's fade that one in. Hit. Music station. We'll fade that one out. You don't need to be fading this one in and out in this join because they were part of the original clip, unless you're going to separate them or something like that. But as they were part of the same thing, if you faded it in and out, it would sound a little weird. Drag that guy along here. One hit. Music station. Think we'll add the option. We'll just drag that across a touch. 1 hit. Music station. I think that's still wrong. Let's drag it a little more. 1 hit. Music station. Back a bit. 1 hit. Music station. 1 hit. Music station. Where's these beeps? Let's bring that over here. Music station. And then we're going to just shorten that. So one thing I haven't done is set up a a tempo. I've just gone straight on, which can make things a little more tricky in the long run, but Sometimes when you're doing voice, it's a bit tricky to say it to a tempo. But if you can just stretch and shrink your samples, then you shouldn't have too many difficulties doing it like this. But we're just going to copy and paste that and that. See how that sounds, if it's quick enough. Which is not what I was after. So we're going to cut that in half. Put one there. And then double those across like that. Let's see how that is. Not quite. Let's cut them down. And then let's long that one out again. And let's stretch it. Okay, now we hold down Control and right click. We get the fade tool, which is very similar to the one over here. But we can draw our fade on there. And then we right click that and go to slow down. And get one of those. Now, you then need to go Control and go back to your pointer tool. Now, where's our 3, 2, 1? Is it here? 3, 2, 1. There he is. Let's bring that over here. We're going to line that up with this guy here. Music station 3. Wait 1 second. Your number 1 hit. Music station 3. So I'm going to drag this across. Your number 1 hit. Music station 3, 2, 1. Right, I'm just going to mute the beeps for a minute so I can get the vocal piece on point. Hit. Music station 3. Hit. Music station 3, 2, 1. There you go. Now that's on point. Now we're just going to zoom in. Line these guys up. So we want to line this one up with this guy. 3, 2, 3. We'll split him. Drag him in. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2. One. And we can also Control, right click, fade. We can put the fade on this guy and slow it down. See how that sounds. 1. Right, let's see what we've got so far. Your number 1 hit. Music station 3, 2, 1. Okay, so we need to bring that back because that's cut off way too quick. 2, 1. Oh, bearing in mind, I haven't balanced any of these sounds yet, and I'm going to apply all kinds of more effects to these. I'm just getting a rough layout, just so you know. Your number 1 hit. Music station 3, 2, 1. I'm going to get rid of these. I don't need them. I'm just going to put another piece of voiceover. More music now. Let's try that. We can get rid of that. Put it on that track there, which means we can delete that track we just created. There we go. Move this guy out the way. 2, 1. More music now. One. More music now. One. More music now. Okay, so I think we've got a rough layout. Your number one hit music station. 3, 2, 1. More music now. Okay, so it's not flowing perfectly well at the moment, but we're getting somewhere. Coffee is cold. Damn. Your number one. So that can come down in volume. Your number one hit. I just want to check out the alignment on this. I don't feel that it's right. I'm going to drag this one up here so that I can see what's going on. Your number one hit. That might be better. Your number one hit. I think it's this guy is throwing me off. Okay, I think that is on time. Your number one hit music station. 3, 2, 1. More music now. But we need another effect. Something that stops the silence. But before I do that, let's add some effects on these guys. So I'm going to duplicate this track. And we're going to add an EQ. We're going to remove the low end. We can adjust this again in a moment. Your number one hit music station. 3, 2, 1. We'll drag these ones down. 3, 2, 1. More music now. Okay. 3. Let's have a look at some modulation. We'll try a chorus to start with. 3, 2, 1. That's fine. That's just a default setting. Let's also try they call it a flanger or flanger, whatever. 3, 2, 1. Not quite what I was after. 3, 2, 1. More music now. That's not too bad. And on the end, I don't know if this audio unit's going to work because I don't have my hard drive plugged in, but we'll see if it's on the computer or not. I can't remember. Yep, there you go. It's there. This is the supercharger. This has got saturation on it, which adds a nice distortion. This is by Native Instruments. Everything else I use so far is all built into Logic, but this one is Native Instruments. We'll try a mild to start with. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. More music now. The flanger for me is hitting way too hard, so let's dial that back in the mix. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. More music now. Okay, I'm all right with this. I think that sounds quite good. 3, 2, 1. I now think that these are going to need a bit more processing to them. So that can go with cutting the lows there. Your number one hit. And then we will put, I think the same chorus might sound quite good. Your number one hit music station. Your number one hit music station. Your number one hit music station. Again, we're going to go with the supercharger for more saturation. Your number one hit music station. Your number one hit music station. Your number one hit music station. 3, 2, 1. More music now. I think what I'm actually going to do is duplicate this track and bring this guy down here and add a different effect. Maybe we'll not turn off, but we'll bring back some of the low end. On hit music station. And then I'm going to want to get rid of the flanger and maybe let's try I don't know what the micro phase is like. Let's have a look. On hit music station. On hit. On hit me. On hit. We'll solo it. Hit. Hit. We kind of just washed it out a little. What else do we have? Hit. What have we got? Hit. Hit. Oh, that's all right. Let's go with that. See how that sounds. Your number one hit music station. 3, 2, 1. More music now. We're going to turn down the beeps. They're a little bit harsh. Your number one hit music station. 3, 2, 1. More music now. Okay, that's fine. But I need a sweepy noise, something that carries throughout. This is complete control or complete 14 or 13. I'm not sure which pack it is. This is Native Instruments. It's worth getting for all the sound effects, but only if you're well invested. If not, you can find sound effects pretty much anywhere. So we'll drag that one in. I just want it to add some sounds over everything else. I'm not quite sure where I'm going to put it yet. Your number one hit music station. 3, 2, 1. More music now. It might just go here, you know. Your number one hit music station. 3, 2, 1. More music now. So, bang, where that is. We're going to cut it straight off. Now. Okay. And 3, 2, 1. More. We're going to turn it down for sure. And 3, 2, 1. More music now. Let's get the EQ on that. And 3, 2, 1. More music now. That's actually okay. Maybe we can lose a little high. And 3, 2, 1. More music now. That's got a horrible EQ in the middle somewhere. Frequency. That's the word. Is it this one? We'll remove that. Okay. I think that's better. I know that looks a bit a bit harsh, but it was making noises I didn't like. Your number one hit music station. 3, 2, 1. More music now. I think I need 8 stutters from that guy right there. And we're going to cut him here also. Get rid of that. We want 8. Get rid of that last one. Your number one. Your number one. I don't know what that does. Your number one. We can try and stretch them out a little bit. Your number one. Your number one. And then we're going to do the old in and out. Let's try. Your number one hit music station. 3, 2, 1. More music now. That's not too bad. Yeah, that's about all I've got for this one. So it's quite a slapdash. Chuck a bit of voiceover together. I did it to no metronome. Maybe that's why it was a little trickier to get everything to line up, but we got there. You can go in deeper probably, but it's as much as you've got in your imagination. If you don't have any sound effects and stuff, don't forget you can make your own. I've got videos on that where you can just clap your hands and you can turn them into impacts and all kinds of weird shit. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. You probably don't need me to play it again, but I'm going to anyway, and then I'll bid you a goodbye. Your number one hit music station. 3, 2, 1. More music now. Bye-bye.